Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us this afternoon for the Comcast Rise Informational Webinar. I'm Patricia McKinney, and I am the Programming Project Manager here at the Greater Memphis Chamber, and it is just such a pleasure to have you on for this exciting opportunity for you to learn more about the Comcast Rise grant. It's also an honor for us to serve as a partner along with other great partners in the Memphis area for this game-changing initiative. We are partnering along with Epicenter, the Black Business Association, MMBC Continuum, Women's Foundation for a Greater Memphis, Memphis Urban League, and GWork. Before I go any further, I want to give special thanks to Andre Gibson, who is the Executive Director of the Greater Whitehaven Economic Development Corporation, or GWork. And he really wanted to make sure that our small businesses were armed with the clarity that they need to progress through the Comcast Rise grant. And he was instrumental in us pulling everything together for today. So Andre, thank you so much for your thought leadership on this. And that is the beauty of partnership. So we're thankful for our relationship with him. And now I want to toss the baton over to Evangeline Parker Guest, and she is the Senior Manager of External Affairs with Comcast. We're grateful that she is here today to unpack the grant details and answer any questions you might have. And speaking of questions, please enter those thoughts and questions that you have in the chat, and we'll make sure that they are addressed. Evangeline, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you so much, Patricia. I am so honored to be here, and I'm so honored to be in partnership with the Greater Memphis Chamber and all of the partners that you highlighted at the beginning of the program. I see that we have a lot of excitement going on in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and get started and share my screen so we can talk about the Comcast Rise program. And let's take it from the beginning, because the Comcast Rise program, what we are working to do is help small businesses in a very big way. I am a Comcast Rise ambassador, and I am the Senior Manager of External Affairs for Comcast, and I put my contact information on the screen for you. In case you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out to me. And of course, there is a ComcastRise.com website. So let's get right into this. So today we're going to talk about what is Comcast Rise? Why did Comcast create the Comcast Rise program? What about diversity, equity, and inclusion? How does that fit with Comcast Rise? Who can participate in the Comcast Rise program? How are applications judged? And what are the top 10 ineligibility issues that we've been dealing with? And then of course, we'll open the floor for Q&A. So let's get into this. Comcast Rise. RISE stands for representation, investment, strength, and empowerment. Say it with me. Representation, investment, strength, and empowerment. It's about supporting the growth of all small businesses and entrepreneurs. We're committed to uplifting the local communities and the small businesses that are selected for the Comcast Rise program. That's a key issue that those who are reviewing the applications are looking for. Their small businesses are uplifting their local community. So the program is built to help small businesses and their communities thrive with a focus on economic growth. Why create a Comcast Rise program? Well, I'm sure all of you all remember the beginning of 2020. I know I do. I remember March 15th, 2020. It's a day I will never forget, when I was told that I needed to stay in place, stay at home, don't go anywhere. COVID is here. The pandemic had started. So in 2020, Comcast, we heard from our employees, we heard from small businesses saying that it's really a hard time. Can you help? Can you help? And the program Comcast Rise was created. And so during the initial 2-year program, 13,000 small businesses were awarded Comcast Rise grants. That's over $110 million in monetary funds, in marketing, in technology makeovers. And so as we're told that COVID is over, the pandemic is over now, and businesses are beginning to transition from pandemic recovery. And so they're transitioning to expansion and growing, economic growth. And so we want to be a part of that. So in 2023, headquarters says, okay, we're going to introduce a new Comcast Rise program, and we're going to focus on diversity, inclusion, and communities, and all small businesses. We want all small businesses to be a part of this Comcast Rise program. And we were very fortunate to be selected as one of the 5 cities. So we have Memphis, we have Detroit, we have Philadelphia, we have Baltimore, and there is one more that I will discuss as we get into the program. But Memphis, Shelby County, those businesses, small businesses can apply for Comcast Rise, and we're excited about that. So what about diversity, equity, and inclusion? So eligibility for 2020 and 2022 term focused on businesses owned by people of color, Black, Indigenous, Hispanic, Asian American owners, and others, and women, expanded to women-owned businesses. And it's a lot of people ask, so why did you select those businesses? And those are the ones that we heard from the most, and the ones that were the hardest hit. And on the slide that you're seeing there, one of our Comcast Rise recipients, 2022, Miss Tony of Dazzle Dance Creative, where she teaches little girls how to ballet between the ages of 2 and 6 years old. I spoke with her and she said, yeah, she said, I could not have my students come for in-person dance classes. So I needed internet service so I could offer virtual dance classes. And so Comcast Rise really helped support and save her business. And we want to do more of that with this new 2023 Comcast Rise program. So who can apply for Comcast Rise? Business owners at least 18 years of age or older. You must be the primary decision maker for your business, engaged in the day-to-day operations of the business, not more than 100 full-time and part-time employees, not more than 100 full-time and part-time employees. Establish business operations for at least 3 calendar years. Your business must have revenue generation over a 12-month period to the application window. And you must be in one of the 5 geographical areas: Baltimore, Detroit, Memphis, Philadelphia, and Portland, Oregon. And the business must be independently owned and operated. It cannot be a franchise location. And sometimes the question comes up, well, do you have to be an Xfinity or Comcast subscriber or customer? And no, you do not. You do not have to be eligible for the Comcast Rise program. So let's keep moving forward. Let's talk about how the applications are judged. So applications are evaluated based on the completeness of submission. And that's been an issue in the past. We've heard that some business owners have not fully completed the application, where the reviewers were looking to really find out, what your business does, what your vision is for the future, how you will utilize the funds. They oftentimes would receive like a 1-sentence or 2-sentence answer, and that really didn't give them clarity as to really the need for a Comcast Rise grant for that business. So we're really trying very hard to focus this year on letting small business owners know that it's very important that they complete the submission, answer every single question in detail. Secondly, demonstrated need of the business. And it has to be more than, oh, I need $5,000, send it my way. We need to hear more of how you will invest it and how it will help you expand your business and support the local community. And next, ability to articulate a plan for business growth. Also articulate how a Comcast Rise Award can aid in the business growth strategy. And applications will also be evaluated on the business's ability to articulate and or demonstrate how they work to uplift the local community by advancing DE and I initiatives, or otherwise investing in the community's local economic health. 15 reasons of ineligibility. So I started receiving phone calls and emails saying, well, I know I checked the criteria and my business, we fit the criteria. So something's just not right. Well, the team started tracking the reasons for ineligibility, and I'm sharing these here for you. The top ones include business has not been in continuous operation since 2020, and that excludes COVID closure. So they take that under consideration, and if it's just COVID closure, that's okay. But if your business has not been in continuous operations, that would make you ineligible, especially since June 2020. Business cannot provide documents to prove 3+ years of establishment. Business is not currently in operation. Close the business and say that you want the funds to reopen your business. That would not make you eligible for this program. Applicant is a previous Comcast Rise Award winner. Applicant selected other market area because you must be in one of the 5 geographical areas to apply. Business has earned less than $1 in gross revenue in the past 12 months. The applicant is serving as any kind of government official or employee of a government official. That can't be. Business is part of a prohibited industry. Company employs 100 individuals, even if it's 101 or 102, that would make you ineligible. And business is a charity or a registered nonprofit organization. And then, of course, there are some others. The entire list, it comes from the criteria. So if you look at the criteria and something is there and you don't meet something in that criteria, you will end up on this list here. Okay, let's keep moving forward. So we have some wonderful promotional materials. There is a 1-page flyer that lays out everything that we just discussed and much more. That's free of charge. Just let me know if you need flyers, or can make sure I can get those over to you, or we can even email those out to you. And on the flyer, it shares detailed information about the geographical areas: Baltimore, Detroit, Memphis, Philadelphia, and Portland, and what the prizes consist of: consulting, general business assessment to find out what your business needs are and how to grow your business; creative production, basically a 30-second television commercial, plus a 180-day linear media schedule to run your commercial; a technology makeover, that's computer equipment and complimentary service, internet service, phone service, security service for 12 months. And education, there's 12-month access to online entrepreneurship courses. And then, of course, the $5,000 grant is a part of the award. And of course, the flyer lists the eligibility requirements. The application window for Comcast Rise is June 1st through June 30th. June 1st through June 30th. The window will close on June 30th, and recipients will be announced on August 22nd, 2023. They have assured me that there will be 100 small businesses selected in each of the 5 geographical areas. So nationwide, there will be an announcement of 500 small business Comcast Rise winners. All right, and we've reached a milestone as of last night, the report that I received. There are 397 applications in process. 177 of those are in draft form. 107 have been submitted as completed, and 113 of those have failed eligibility. But there is still an opportunity for those that have failed eligibility to double check with the Comcast Rise support team to find out, what the issue is and see if it's something that can be rectified so they can start the process over if need be. But we are very excited about where Memphis is. And do not let this 107 completed deter you, because there still has to be a review process. And you just never know. There may be several in there that gave that one word answer or one sentence answer, but your application, you gave a very detailed answer as to how you would use the funding. So don't give up. We are encouraging everyone to make sure they go to comcastrise.com and get registered. Again, I am Evangeline Parker Guest, and this is my contact information. Send me an email if you have any questions whatsoever. Want to encourage you to go to comcastrise.com. Please do not wait until June 30th to submit complete your application, because you know how technology is. We love technology, but on the day that you need it, sometimes it just will not work correctly. So we just don't want your application to get caught up and you're unable to submit it, because after June 30th, there is nothing I can do. And I want to do everything I can to help all small businesses that want to apply for the program. So thank you so much for your time and attention. If you have any questions, I will take those questions now.
Thank you, Evangeline. I'm working behind the scenes. I actually just got a text from someone that said they were stuck on one of the screens. So when they registered, before that process of going into the application, they had to register their business and get an account set up. Well, when they hit submit, for some reason, it would not move past that point. So for any technical questions, they should reach out to your support team.
That's correct. Yes, the Comcast Rise support team. And that information should be on the application. And I will find that, because I know I had sent that out to you all, and I will place that in the chat.
Okay, okay. And I'll
Yeah.
send that to that individual
Yes.
because it is on their website. So yes.
Yes, it's there. And the team is there, and they are just waiting to answer any questions and ready to be very helpful. Visited with them this morning, and they're fielding a lot of questions and ready to field more.
Awesome. How long is the consultation for, Evangeline, when they one of the fortunate winners, when they get a chance to do that consultation? Is it a couple of sessions? Is it through the entire 12 months? What does that look like?
So it's for the length that you need to get your questions answered. So we're not going to come in and say we're going to give you 10 minutes to do a business consultation. You are a part of the Comcast Rise family. So make sure that you write down your questions in advance. After you receive the award notice, write down all of your questions. So when it's time for the business consultation, you can have an in-depth conversation with that person and get all of your questions out on the table and get answers to your questions.
Okay, okay, great. So I see here, I am just about finished and was ready to submit, however, was unable to upload my license. The system was just buffering. So that's one of those technological questions that should be answered by your support team.
That's true, but yes, I would say continue to try. And sometimes it's better if you try uploading documents maybe at an hour when everybody's not on trying to get everything done. Maybe it's early morning or it's late night, because we don't know what's causing the buffering. There could be that there are thousands of people that are trying to upload at the same time you're trying to upload. So don't give up. Keep trying. And if it doesn't work, then make sure you reach out to the Comcast Rise support team. And I am going to get that. I don't want to say it right now because I'm going to mess up something. It's a very unique email address.
Okay, great. Let's see, another question coming in. Evangeline, what about how they heard about the grant? So there's a spot that people could share. Is there a drop down box or is it a write-in? Okay.
So there is a drop down box. So for each area, when we developed our partnerships with our nonprofit partners, and so I'm lucky because I have 5. Others don't have that many. I'm looking at 5. So those 5 names, those that you listed, maybe 6 now, they are on the form. So when you go to the drop down, you look for the organization. Greater Memphis Chamber is there. Memphis Urban League is there. Epicenter is there. Black Business Association of Memphis is there. Who am I missing? Women's Foundation for Greater Memphis. It's there. MMBC Continuum. So I have 6. Those names are there, and you select. What we're finding for some reason, when I looked at yesterday's or last night's report, there are a lot of people who are selecting none or other. And we're not really understanding why they're doing that. If they saw a tweet from the chamber or was a part of a meeting like this from the chamber. So that one has us really scratching our heads. We're not really sure about that. But yes, it would be wonderful if everyone who completes an application would select, how they heard about the program.
Wonderful.
And I'm putting the support email is Comcast Rise Support at ey.com in the chat for everyone.
Okay.
So you can have that. And they will answer all of your questions.
Okay. Okay. So when it comes to frequently asked questions, you shared a great list of the 15. From last year, can you give some advice of kind of some trends that you saw, Evangeline, and then what you're seeing this year? Can you compare where we were last year to now?
Well, I can tell you, last year, we didn't have this opportunity. So this is historic. This is the first time Memphis has ever been selected specifically to receive over $1 million investment, and that 100 businesses will be supported. So last year, and this is 2022. So last year, everything was it was open nationwide. And I wish I looked at the numbers, but maybe 30 plus businesses were supported last year, if that many. But one thing that I heard from the corporate team before they started this process is that we wanted to do more, but we really couldn't because the applications were incomplete. And I don't want anyone to think that they have to have a PhD to complete the application. You just need to share your vision, and you need to have, a good, I would say just basically a good paragraph to share your vision for your business and share why you really need, the $5,000, how it's going to help your business expand, help it grow, help it make a difference, a positive difference in the local community. And I encourage everyone to use spell check, some type of grammar check on that, because that's what we do. I mean, a lot of these grants, and for my nonprofits out there, send me an email, especially if you're working in the digital literacy space. And send me an email and say that you want to partner, because there are grant funds available through our Comcast Foundation for the nonprofit side. Comcast Rise, they are reviewing because they've received a lot of requests for Comcast Rise to support nonprofits, but they're not there yet. This right here is for for-profit businesses. So this is historic, going back to your question, and we really want to knock it out the park because we want to be selected again next year. I'm not sure if they're going to open it up nationwide. I'm pretty sure they might stick with we're going to select the 5 cities. And we want to knock it out the park this year and be selected again next year.
So for those companies who have gotten stuck and they're in draft or things are not completed, and you brought up a good point, Evangeline, if they're trying to really think about their vision and how to sell you all on why do I need this grant? if they're getting stuck, first, I would say that they should call maybe their partners, because there could be some folks on their team that kind of help them kind of think through those thoughts, because it does make a difference in how that's framed.
Exactly. If at all possible, you want a second or a third set of eyes on your application. If at all possible, you want that. And because sometimes, your brain will play tricks on you. You know what you want to say, and your eyes are saying, well, you're saying it. But then when someone else reads it, they say, no, you didn't say what you just told me that you said. So you really want a second set of eyes on it. And I keep going back to Miss Tony at the Dazzle Studio. It was simple, it was heartfelt, and it was direct and to the point when she shared, I need internet service so I can continue to teach little brown, black children how to ballet, because and from low income areas, I really need internet service for that. I'm sure she said it more eloquently than I did, but and that really hit home. So we just need to understand and be able to see your vision and see your business on the pages of what you're writing. And when they saw that, they were like, wow, this is amazing. She can use internet service, and now she can reach children even outside of Shelby County who are stuck at home and need an outlet or want to learn how to dance. So just, I would say, really take a close look at your vision. Make sure you do the spell check, the grammar check, all of that. Get a second set of eyes to just look at it, to be honest with you about what it is they're seeing, and tell you if they really fully understand what your business does. Because if we can't see that in a couple of sentences, that's going to be a problem for someone who doesn't know you and doesn't have the opportunity to walk into your establishment and hear from you what it is your business does.
Excellent point. Excellent point. We are so pleased that you all have joined us today. Evangeline, you have so much energy, and we can tell that you are very passionate about small businesses and making sure that everyone is clear on what the protocols are, because I'm looking forward to that day that 100 businesses will be awarded this game-changing opportunity. As you talked about, Miss Tony, I'm sure that she can look back and see and just connect the dots of what those dollars meant for her, not only her bottom line, but just expanding her business as well. So I want to see that story. So every person that's on the call, please don't give up. Tricia, Miss Green, please don't give up. So keep trying, because if there are other companies that are vying for these dollars, look at those different day parts, as Evangeline said, to keep trying to push that information through. So we are at 3:29, 1 minute left. So Evangeline, any lasting reminders that you want to share with our attendees?
I want to thank you all so much for your time and attention. I want to encourage you to go to comcastrise.com and get your application submitted. Don't think for 1 second that it will not be you, that you can't be selected. Why not you? You can be. If you are a small business owner and you fit the criteria and you complete an application, it can be you to receive the Comcast Rise Award. And I want to see you and meet you on August 22nd when they announce those winners. Honey, let me tell you, we're going to have a party in Memphis like none other. So please get those applications. I've been talking about this party, so everybody's trying to find a budget for this big party that I have in my brain. But it's going to be fantastic, and I'm so excited that the Greater Memphis Chamber will be with us and help us party hard for small businesses. Thank you so much for your time today.
Absolutely. We'll be there with bells on. Thank you all so much for joining us. Evangeline, thank you so much for your work for Comcast Rise. If you all have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you so much. And we will see you at the next event. Have a great rest of your day.